One second. Can you see the slide, I guess? Yes. So in today's agenda or in our discussion, I will first start with formal inauguration by Nurul Haq sir, who is an ex-IAS. Also, he was the ex-chairman of PSC West Bengal. And then I'll talk about Ausbildung in Germany. I know this is not that relevant for you, but this could be helpful for your maybe friends or relatives, someone who might be interested. So I'll just give you some opportunities that are there, that is there in Germany. And then the major focus point will be obviously the masters in Germany in like step-by-step guidance that I want to provide. So at first I'll talk about the basic criteria, then step-by-step document preparation, how you should do, then application process, and then like how you can improve your profile so that you get offer letter or admit from these German universities, and then cost of living, and then every students who come in Germany, they do a kind of part-time job to get some money and to uh, maintain the cost of living. So I'll talk about that, how to get the jobs, and then future prospects in terms of research or jobs. And then at the end, there will be around 20 minutes, I hope, where we'll talk about, like, if you have any questions, or there will be a question and answer session. So now I'd like to ask or request Nurul Haq sir, if you can start with the formal inauguration and the forewords. And thank you so much for joining. And I see that like there are few students who joined from GD. The stage is yours, sir. Thank you so much once again. হালিম স্যার, স্যারকে শুরু করছেন, স্যারকে শুরু করতে বলেছি। আর স্যারের কথা শোনা যাচ্ছে আশা করি।
স্যার শুরু করেন।
শুরু করে দেবো নাকি?
হ্যাঁ, ইয়েস স্যার।
হ্যালো মুস্তাফা কামাল, শব্দ বন্ধ করতো, দরজা খালি অনবরত খুললে না বিরক্ত লাগে, এটা কিছু করা যাবে না। কি যে সিস্টেম, না সাউন্ড ঠিক হচ্ছে, আর কেউ যেন ঢুকতে না পারে। হ্যাঁ, I am happy to introduce Mustafa Kamal, an alumnus of GD Academy. He joined Meghnad Shah Institute after passing out from GD Academy and studied BTech in electronics and electronics and communication engineering. After completing BTech, he joined TCS in Bangalore in 2015. And a few years back, left for Germany for higher studies. That time, I was intensely associated with Mustafa Kamal because minorities, West Bengal Minorities Development and Finance Corporation was involved in the process of organizing his, that means financing his study tour. So I am happy to find that Mustafa Kamal has established himself in Germany as a research scientist. Also, I must mention that in the meantime, one more alumnus, Mursalin Mullah, a topper, a subsequent batch, much junior to Mustafa Kamal. He has joined some for postdoc program in Germany, and two former teachers of GD Academy have joined a research program in two very important subjects, one in artificial intelligence and data science. The other teacher has joined research program in material science and nanotechnology. Both the subjects are very important in the present age. And also, I must mention that I had got an opportunity to have to undertake a tour of Germany sometime in 2001 for 15 days, and visited a few cities including Berlin, Bonn, and Cologne in connection with one Germany-aided healthcare project. Because during the period 2000 and 2003, I was heading two important projects: one World Bank health project, World Bank aided health project, and another Germany aided primary healthcare project. So during that 15 days tour of Germany, I noticed that Germany has a lot of infrastructure facilities in science, technology, as well as natural resources. But the population is meager compared to the infrastructure available. And in subsequent 2 decades, I think that Germany needs a good number of human resources pregnant with scientific and technological and innovative knowledge. So we must feel happy that a few products of GD Academy have settled in Germany for the time being in connection with this thing. And Mustafa Kamal is now, Mustafa Kamal is now healthcare research scientist. Being an engineer, he has established himself in healthcare research scientist, and finally you may switch over to other areas as well with your knowledge and research experience. So with these few words, I inaugurate this topic for the students who are interested to fly to Germany in the near future for higher studies, research program, master's program, or postdoc program. And I would expect that more students of GD Academy as well as other missions under the jurisdiction of GD Study Circle would join you and our two teachers who have just reached, actually 2 months back, they have reached Germany. So with these few words, I inaugurate this program, and would now request our beloved alumnus, Mustafa Kamal, to take on the topic and continue the program.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your kind words. And I just want to briefly talk 2 more points, or focus on the 2 more points that sir has just mentioned. So one point is about me, where in my 12th or high school, I never thought I want to study medicine. So that's why I didn't take this biology as my primary subject. So I went for computer science. But with time, with experience or some motivation that came in later stage of my career, when I became too much passionate about this medical engineering or this healthcare industry. So I thought, maybe I can't be a doctor, but I can do something for the society to make some aid or make some application or do some research in healthcare domain. Then I pursued my master's in this medical engineering, and now as a healthcare, working as a healthcare data scientist or research scientist. And another point that just mentioned about the population in Germany. So the population of Germany is just 18 million or little more than that, which is less than the population of one state, West Bengal, much less than that. So I feel, and they are growing in terms of research and also so many science and technology areas that Sarah just mentioned, and they need manpower to make the country progress. And now, at least for the last few decades, and also now and for the next few decades, I think there would be a requirement of more than 10 to 20 lakh of people So every year they predict like they need 4 million people. So this is some statistics I got from the articles. And in future, there will be a lot of requirements for the human resources, whether in terms of research or anything else, or in normal, like, these skilled labors in any field. So I really recommend you
See
or
that, yes.
request you. So I will. So I'd actually really recommend you or encourage you to prepare yourself for the for the research or the any other courses or maybe a job in Germany. So obviously the next slides or next part of this of this webinar, I'll obviously share each and everything. So let me begin with as I said already about the agenda. So let me already sir already mentioned about me, and just one point I want to include. Like I feel whatever I am today. Obviously, I went to GD Academy, but I spent a like huge time or a long amount of time from 2003 to 2010 in one of the Navodaya. And I know the main purpose of Navodaya is to give quality education to the students of the remote village, and that's even from class 6 to class 12. I believe like since I got the opportunity to study in Navodaya, whatever I am doing today, it all because of that and blessings of people. So sir hasn't mentioned about my background in Navodaya, and rest of the thing he already mentioned. Like I took coaching in GD Academy. Then I did my BTech in MSIT in Electronics and Communication. Then I worked as a software engineer at Tata Consultancy Services, Bangalore. And then I started pursuing my master's in medical engineering. And then at that time, I was also working as a junior product manager and data analyst at Siemens Healthineers. And then I started working as a research scientist at Fraunhofer Institute, Germany. So this is all about me, and sir mostly shared this. And then I talk about Prosper. So this is like not for profit. So I just named it Prosper. I feel like it consists of two words. Pro means professional and Spersh means touch. So it's kind of providing guidance to the students. And so far in last 5 years or a little more than that, I have mentored more than 1,000 students to follow their passions. And also I talk about or I provide guidance on step-by-step guide on vocational training in Germany and higher studies in Germany. It could be master's, PhD, or postdoc, whatever it is. And I conduct free webinars frequently, and also I provide like one-to-one session if someone has some specific questions, which is I know like usually difficult to for students to get on. So usually I provide this one-to-one career counseling sessions. If someone has any question, you can just write me, then I'll be happy to answer your questions about the topic I mentioned, whether vocational training on Germany or higher studies in Germany. Then, before going into deep on the master's topic in Germany or masters in Germany, I want to talk about the education system in Germany. So, as we have 12 years of education in India, but here they have this 13 years of education, and then they either go for Ausbildung, that is basically the vocational training. And I want to just remind you, this is not the kind of vocational training that we have in India. So in India, sorry, in Germany, in vocational training, people or the students, they get in touch with one of the company. And I'll talk about vocational training as well for first 10 minutes, as I said. And there they work with company to gain practical skills. So people who do not want to go into research or higher studies, they usually prefer to go for vocational training. And during vocational training, so after, you can imagine, after class 12 you can earn from 60,000 to up to 1 lakh 1,20,000 while doing this training per month. And after that you can get a job, and after excluding the taxes or after the deduction of taxes, people can expect around 1,50,000 to 2 lakh rupees per month. This is the, and I'll talk a bit about this in detail. And after vocational training, if someone wants to go for bachelor's or maybe master's for higher studies, they can do so. And other students who don't go for this vocational training or Ausbildung, they go for directly bachelor's and then master's, PhD, postdoc, as you can see. Now, So I'll talk, as I said, I'll talk about this Ausbildung in Germany, and as I said, like this allows the students, and also from 2018 or 19, they started encouraging or the accepting non-EU students as well, because they found like the number of manpower or resources they need, they don't have, and also the from the EU member countries, they are not getting that number of students. So nowadays, from last 4 to 5 years, there are so many people from Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, and specifically the Asian countries are coming here for this Ausbildung program. And they are providing 326 different Ausbildung programs or the vocational training programs. And you can think of anything from nursing, banking, the banking clerk, or anything that you can think of, or including bus drivers. I'm not talking about that, but whatever profession you can think about, each and everything will come under this 126 Ausbildung programs. Even in IT, if you don't want to like do your bachelor, but want to work with computer science or something like that, they also have some kind of Ausbildung programs, for office clerk, for I said about bank clerk, nursing, and also for the old people, the caregiver for the older people, because here the old population is increasing and mostly their children, they are working somewhere else and they need to taken care of. So people along with nursing, they are also able to do some kind of Ausbildung in this elderly people population caregiver sector. And there are so many more. And also for the metal industries, or in the automobile industries, preparing some parts or something specific. So these Ausbildung programs are well designed and they provide practical skills along with the theoretical skills. So usually it takes around 3 years of this vocational training, and the only thing is like you need a German language proficiency, and which takes around 8 to 10 months of your dedication or motivation if you are taking it seriously. I know people who did within 8 to 10 months and then came to Germany for their Ausbildung programs, and it's obviously like self-paced, so no one is forcing you to learn German and every day. So along with your studies or something else, people who are learning German, maybe they are a little slower and taking maybe 1.5 years. And after class 12, then if you have this German proficiency, you can come here and start, or you can actually apply for Ausbildung program sitting in India, and then you will get the confirmation of the acceptance, and then you can come here and start your Ausbildung program. And the good part is, if you are taking any Ausbildung program, more than 75% of the students, they immediately get full-time job at the same institute where they are doing the Ausbildung or the vocational training. And then around 14 to 15% of the people, they go for higher studies in the Ausbildung, like the thinking of like bachelor and then masters. So there are also somehow higher studies opportunities in Ausbildung. So like 15% of the people, they go for that. And then rest of the 15%, if there are no vacancies in the same institute where the student has or the candidate has pursued his this Ausbildung, then they need to look for a job, and usually they get job because they are certified skilled worker in Germany, and there are so much of work vacancies now, so people easily get job within 3 to 4 months. And then as I said, like in Ausbildung programs, students usually like do 60 to 70% training along with the company or a host company, and there will be 30 to 40% where there will be like theoretical classes at the vocational schools, or it's called Berufsschule. Schule means schools and Beruf means profession. So vocational training on the Berufsschule, there will be some classes, and they are mostly focused on this the practical side. So that's why there's 60 to 70% of the task they do in their 5 days of work is along with the industry. And that's why and basically this certification is also called a dual vocational training there are also dual vocational training programs, and this is certified by the German Chamber of Commerce. Then coming into this financial benefit, as I said, like 60 to 70% of the time they are spending with the company, so they are actually helping the company to grow or making some tasks for the company or doing some tasks for the company. So for that reason, they are providing the stipend of from like 60,000 rupees to 1 lakh 10,000 rupees per month. And this is a really huge amount, that this can actually help you to stay in Germany, because the expenditure in Germany or the cost of living in Germany is very high, which is around 60,000 to 80,000 per month. And you can earn that much money from the company, or company will provide you that stipend during your training. That is really, really good, opportunity for the students who want to, maybe settle or at least get some vocational training done from a international or from abroad. And additionally, with mini job, they can earn up to 42,000. This is also optional if you want to do some, job with a maybe supermarket or maybe at any this restaurants or anything. You can gain up to or get up to 42,000 per month. That is up to you if you want, if you really need to do, or if you really want to do. And every year during the training also you'll have the salary increment after training, as I mentioned before, it depending on the like what kind of Ausbildung you are doing. So you'll get from 1,50,000 to 2,50,000 per month in hand, like after all the deductions and everything. And just to mention it, the one of the highest paying this Ausbildung program is nursing, and so many people are coming from this India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan, China, and some Asian countries. And for nursing, people usually get around 90,000 to 1 lakh per month during training, and after training, it's like 2,20,000 or so, or little more, depending on which company or which organization they're working, but more than 2 lakhs per month in hand after training. And as I say, the cost of living is around 60,000 to 90,000, depending on like in which city you are staying. As you know, in India also, Bangalore is a little bit expensive. Kolkata is a little bit cheaper in terms of the the rent of your house or accommodation. So depending on that, in Germany also, it depends on which city you are staying, and depending on that, you'll have your cost of living around 60,000 to 90,000, whether you are coming for Ausbildung program or you are coming for master's program. So if you want to know about more about this, feel free to contact me with in my Instagram or Facebook, or also you can join this group where I usually share the upcoming session or events or webinars that I'm conducting. And in the meantime, before I go to the master's section or what you need to do for master's in step by step, if you have any questions for next 2 to 3 minutes, then I'll be happy to answer that, specifically for the Ausbildung, if you have any question. Okay, or also if you have some question, feel free to write in the chat, then I'll maybe at the end or in between, I'll just try to answer that question. Okay, I think, and specifically, I know this Ausbildung program, and the point I'm just trying to make it, I know like this is not that relevant for you, but I know, my intention is to share with you so that you can share with your maybe relatives or friends who really want to do something, and maybe they are not from engineering background or some background, or here, or they don't have, very good academic background. Then they can actually opt for this Ausbildung programs, and it's a really, really good opportunity. And I feel like because of people are not aware of this, they are not opting for such a good opportunity. So that's why I'm trying to promote this, or basically empowering students, or specifically empowering the unemployed students. In if you can see, I'm not saying anything negative or trying to say anything negative, but the condition of employment in India is really, really bad now. And some students from southern India is still coming nowadays for these Ausbildung programs, but I don't see any, people from Bengal or from a northern part of the country who are coming for these Ausbildung programs. So that's why I'm trying to, share this information so that if they are unemployed in Germany, unemployed in India, they can opt for this and come here. Okay, I think there's no question, so let me go to the next part, and the part for this masters in German and step-by-step guide. So I'll, in the meantime, I'll again request other students to turn on the camera if you can. That makes the